truth in a world of lies. You are listening to the JohnAge Project.
Trust no one. Trust no one. Trust no one.
You found it. You're here. You're headlong down the runaway train that is the AnomicAge, and I am your host, JohnAge. Happy to be back with you once again in the not-so-wee hours of the PM. It's looking lovely out here in eastern NC. It's a little bit of chilly, a little bit of thunderstorm action, and cloudy. None of that satanic sun destroying my life. So thank you, Lord, for that. Please check out AnomicAge.com if you've not already done so. Like all the likes, subscribe to all the subscriptions. PayPal.me/AnomicAge, Patreon.com/AnomicAge as well. That's the best way you can find all things me. Like all the likes, subscribe to all the subscriptions, as I always say. Feel free, free iPhone app, free Android app, all that and so much more. If you're new to this on YouTube, check out the website. It's got everything that you could ever hope to find on the AnomicAge. So many shows you'll never see on that platform. So check all that out. I don't know why. Well, I tongue-in-cheek. I don't know why. My YouTube account is pretty much frozen, dead in the water, and otherwise not getting bleep in the way of traffic. Well, that's probably because they kicked me off about 5 years ago. And so now they're probably just giving me the courtesy pat on the head like a good slave. You could come back on plantation. You know, you can make us some money, but you can't really get any views or make any money yourself. That's really what's up with the YouTube. That's all right. That's cool. I know I took a few month hiatus off after the death of my father. I might do it again. But here I am, and there you are. So let's delve right into the deep end of the pool today, shall we? We certainly shall. We'll get into this one today. And I hesitated to bring this up because it's just kind of silly, but, you know, always just kind of funny, too. That old Vandals thing. Now you funny, too, from the Vandals. Peace Through Vandalism record. So there we go. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Breakfast Club today. No, not that sorry excuse for a show, but the actual movie that's really good. A lovely John Hughes classic, if I'm not mistaken. The Breakfast Club. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the context of a recent interview from Deadline.com. I'll put it on the screen for you. Molly Ringwald explains why she doesn't personally believe in remaking The Breakfast Club. Well, that's good news, Molly. That's something we agree on, because I don't think you should remake any of these old movies. I think every time that a movie is remade, it is disastrously destroyed in the deplorable dung pile of wokeness. And please, do not destroy The Breakfast Club. They've destroyed so much. By they, I mean, you know, they. The people controlling Hollywood. Who are they called? The globalists. The globalists destroy it all. Let's put it on the screen for you, though, folks. Here we go. Molly explains she doesn't personally believe in remaking The Breakfast Club. Lovely. Personally, I condone and appreciate those sentiments, Molly. Here we go, though. Here we go. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I personally don't believe in remaking the movie because I think this movie is very much of its time, she said, according to multiple outlets. Again, could not agree more. It is a movie of its time, a better time, a happier time, a time when America wasn't throat deep in the creepy of the current fallen world society of refuse. Back to it. You know, it's a very white, this movie. You know, it's very white, this movie. You don't see a lot of ethnicities. We don't talk about gender, none of that. And I feel like that really doesn't represent our world today. Woo, woo. So, based on other comments from Molly Ringwald, I assume, and otherwise believe, that she is part of the woke mafia of Hollywood. I can't really understand why they keep choosing just her to talk about the Breakfast Club, as if there weren't how many other actors and actresses in the movie Cuatro Personas en la Película de Breakfast Club. Yeah, there were. The director, I mean, we got really big name people in the film, but she, I guess being the alpha female, is the one solely chosen to talk about the movie. Anyway, somebody's going to say, well, because she was the star of the film and the stuff is, I don't know. I feel like that movie was carried by the full cast because each one of those characters was integral to the movie. You couldn't have Molly without Judd. You couldn't have Emilio without, you know, how it goes. You got to have all those pieces together or it just don't work. It's like Jaws without Roy Schneider. You know, it just doesn't happen. So here we go again. We got more demonization of Los Blancos. That's really what's up, folks. You know, it's very white, the movie. It's very white, the movie. They don't harp on gender and ethnicity in the movie. Yeah, that's why the movie's good. You didn't get that, Molly? I mean, maybe that's what she's saying. Maybe I'm just missing the mark on this. But in fact, that's why the movie's good. They're not shoving some agenda down your throat 6 Ways from Sunday in the movie. It's just a movie. It's talking about the relationships of the characters, their growth through the film. The antagonist and the protagonist, you got the principal, you got the janitor, you got the key elements of a high school just kind of clashing and working stuff out. It's a beautiful movie. It really is. Honestly, I could do without the weed segment. I think that's kind of trite and stupid and doesn't really flow with the film at all, but I digress. That's why the movie's good, Molly, because they don't do what they do today in Hollywood. It is a simpler time. It is a better time. It is a better movie than anything put out today. And they ruin everything. The globalists, right? Ruin everything. Yeah, the chosen people that are controlling Hollywood and media and everything else. Whatever they are. That's why the Ghostbusters revamp with the all-female cast was such a titanical turd in the punch bowl. Nauseating and revolting on every level. Every single superhero movie, every single comedy, every single movie, it's the same old song. It's just the same old song. To parlay a little digital underground into the vernacular of the day. It's the same old woke, regurgitated, divisionary nonsense where everybody harps on their victimhood and gets victim credits. How many victim credits do you have? I'm a black female lesbian, and I'm a Muslim too. But up. That's how it goes. You got a bunch of victim credits on that one. Well, I'm a white male that's missing a leg. Whoa. You get like a half a victim credit at the most because you're missing a leg. You're also a white male. If you could somehow parlay that into be a trans white male or a gay white male, we might give you a few more victim tokens. But today, that's all you get at the Cash Out Cafe of wokedom. That's really what's up. So, thankfully, hopefully, please don't remake The Breakfast Club. You'll ruin it. But that's really reading between the lines what's up. It's sowing the seeds of division again. It's getting everybody obsessed with navel gazing or genital gazing into what they have and don't have and should have and maybe they can't have if they cut off some of their forearm and staple it onto their Netherlands. That's really what's up. And the hilarity of hilarity on this, somebody's going, well, you're a cisgender white male and all this and that. Miss me with all that jive, folks. Here's the realness. I grew up in the 80s, born in the 70s. We didn't have cable for quite some time, but when we did, it was great because you got WGN and you got TBS. And here's the realness for me, folks. I watched almost exclusively black sitcoms and television shows. I wasn't making any conscious woke decision to up my social credit score or get victim tokens from the casino. You know what I mean? I was just watching them because they were on and they were good. They were funny. That's why I tongue-in-cheek entitled this, A Very White Breakfast Club. Because we all remember the after-school specials, A Very Special Webster, where they tackle tough topics like drugs and alcohol. A Very Special Different Strokes. A Very Special Silver Spoons. All these different shows. That was sort of like it's going to be a serious episode now. Oh, my goodness. Oh my gosh. But I almost watched exclusively black sitcoms back then just because they were on and they were good. I love the Jeffersons. Love Good Times. Love What's Happening. I liked Benson even to a small degree. I didn't like Benson that much, but you know. What's Happening, Good Times, the Jeffersons. They were classics and still are. Not because they were black, not because they were woke, because they were funny. That's what made them good. So, saying the Breakfast Club is very white. Would said actor also say, well, you know, Good Times was very black, and the Jeffersons was very black, and, you know, What's Happening? Well, that was a very black show. Sanford was a very black show. No! You see, because we're only supposed to disparage one demographic. Disparage. I know, I'm saying that with complete humor. Disparage. Get serious. We're only supposed to disparage one demographic, and we all know who that is, right? Yeah. So that's why you will never see the inverse card played. You know? That's why they'll come out with a black remake of the Wonder Years, but they won't come out with a white remake of the Jeffersons. Please don't. That would be absurd. Completely terrible. Don't do it, all right? But that's why it will never happen. Because it's rules for thee, but not for me. That's how the pendulum swings when you look at who's swinging the pendulum. And we know who's swinging the pendulum. That's right. Anyway, just thought I'd come out with a little information on this hilarity, tongue-in-cheek, woke, divisive, victim credits given montage by Molly Ringwald. You can't do everything, but you can do something. Get out there, do your part, make a difference. I'll see you sooner or later in the AnomicAge.
Thank you for listening to the AnomicAge, a JohnAge project. For past shows, further info, and to comment, go to AnomicAge.com. That's AnomicAge.com. Till next time, thank you for listening to the AnomicAge.